oceans. The ocean is warming significantly still, and almost each year is warmer than the previous year, and certainly each decade is warmer than the previous decade.
And scientists are surer of their data than ever because a new network of temperature-sensitive floats has been laid across the oceans. And every 10 days, each of the 3,000 buoys reports its findings via satellite. However the apparent pause in global warming is explained, it makes the task for the world's majority of climate scientists who urge urgent action now more difficult. For the skeptics, it's ammunition. Does this remove the sense of urgency?
It has already.
For Benny Pizer, who heads a climate policy think tank, the world doesn't need crippling cuts in fossil fuel use. It needs to build more flood barriers like this one to protect against the rising sea levels that melting polar ice and glaciers will cause. Are you saying that the measures that are being proposed for the quite significant reduction in the production of greenhouse gases are unrealistic, unreachable, wrong? What do you say?
They are unrealistic and unreachable.
And whatever happens to the temperature, the climate change debate is about to heat up. Mark Phillips, CBS News, London.
This is Up to the Minute. Ready for a great night's sleep? A comfortable, supportive mattress set. It's vital for restful sleep and better health. Shop Morris Home Furnishings and Ashley Furniture Home Stores. Huge selection. And test rest America's best-selling mattress, Sealy Posturepedic. Traditional inner spring. The Sealy Embody with latex foam. The new Optimum crafted with advanced gel memory foam. And the luxurious Stearns & Foster Estate Collection. All our Sealy and Stearns & Foster mattresses are made in the USA. Discover the right technology and level of comfort. Firm, plush, or ultra plush for a better night's sleep. Our sleep experts will help you find your bed at the guaranteed lowest price. Ask about free financing for up to 36 months and express delivery. For more information and a very special mattress offer, check out BetterSleepShops.com. Visit the Better Sleep Shops at Morris Home Furnishings and Ashley Furniture Home Stores today and start sleeping better tonight.
Sunday in the Dayton Daily News. Drones, they are eyes in the sky that can do a lot more than fighting your spine. But will privacy concerns make them unwelcome in our airspace? Sunday in the Dayton Daily News. In-depth investigation. Holding government accountable. Stories that matter. The Dayton Daily News. Subscribe today and get 2 months for the price of one. Call 888-397-NEWS. It's about more than just weather. It's the day you've been waiting for. Protecting the ones you love. Is it any wonder we put so much care into doing it right? The most reporters.
The rain has been pouring down.
The best meteorologists. And the philosophy to cover weather like life depends on it. Because it does. News Center 7. It's weather coverage you can count on.
In just a few days, 24 million uninsured Americans will start enrolling in health plans. It's the beginning of a major part of the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. President Obama hit the road yesterday to encourage people to sign up. He deflected relentless criticism coming from Republicans and touted the benefits of his signature domestic achievement.
There's been a lot of things said, a lot of misinformation, a lot of confusion. But there are few things more fundamental to the economic security of the middle class and everybody who's trying to get into the middle class than healthcare.
To clear up some of that misinformation and confusion, counselors known as navigators will help guide people through the enrollment process. But as Mark Strassman shows us, they have also become targets in the partisan battle over healthcare reform.
Good job. In Florida, there are 8 navigator organizations. Adrian Madriz works as a navigator at the Epilepsy Foundation of Florida in Miami. A patient navigator is somebody who provides unbiased information about plans in the marketplace. We cannot make any kinds of recommendations one way or another about the kinds of plans that are offered therein. The $67 million program is funded and regulated by the federal government. Navigators must pass 20 hours of training before they can help guide people through websites called marketplaces or exchanges that detail the different coverage options.
There is a significant portion of the training devoted to making sure that patient navigators are aware of the sensitivity of the information that they will be dealing with.
The Medicare program has used similar counselors in all 50 states, but Florida is among 14 states that have placed restrictions on navigators that include training and licensing requirements.
You know, it's like somebody does your income tax. You want them knowledge of what they're doing.
State Representative Richard Smith sponsored a law in Georgia to regulate navigators like insurance agents.
Why do states like Georgia need to jump in when there are already federal regulations in place?
Yeah, they're federal regulations, but we thought that there needed to be an extra step. You can't take somebody off the street without adequate training.
But critics say the real reason states are regulating navigators is to obstruct the controversial program. Last month, Georgia State Insurance Commissioner Ralph Hutchins said this at a Republican Party gathering.
Let me tell you what we're doing. Everything in our power to be an obstructionist.
Hutchins declined our request for an interview.
Was there anything obstructive in the law that you helped pass in Georgia? No. There was nothing in the bill that was intended to thwart Obamacare.
No. We can't thwart Obamacare because the law of the land.
There are nearly 60 navigators in Georgia. As of last Friday, only one had been licensed. Mark Strassman, CBS News, Atlanta.
Well, opposition to health care reform is also threatening to shut down the government because of an ongoing battle over the federal budget. So joining us to talk about all of this is Kyle Cheney, healthcare reporter for Politico. Good morning, Kyle.
Hi, Emily. Good to see you.
All right, so there's a lot going on here. October 1st is when Americans can dive into this, start enrolling for healthcare, or at least looking at these healthcare exchanges. We heard about these navigators that will be able to help people navigate through this system, but do you think the American public is ready? Are they informed enough?
Well, if you believe the polls, then absolutely not. I think polls consistently show that most Americans still have no clue, sometimes that the law even exists, that it's still on the books, there hasn't been repealed or overturned by the Supreme Court, let alone what their options are within it. So there's still a lot of information and misinformation out there that people are sorting through or may not be aware that they have to sort through with just a few days left till enrollment starts.
Yeah, you mentioned polls about whether or not people are aware of whether the law has been enacted or not. There's another poll I want to tell you about, get your reaction to. CBS News poll found that 51% of Americans disapprove of the Affordable Care Act. Only 39% approve. So it begs the question, has the White House done enough to sell this program? And what about other Democrats? Have they done enough?
Well, this law has been on the books for 3 years now, and that 51% disapproval has been pretty consistent, give or take a few points since the beginning. I think what the White House is counting on is this law, up till now, has been mostly theoretical. These benefits are going to start taking effect in January. People start signing up next week. They're hoping that that's the benchmark when people start looking at it and saying, oh, wait a second, there are real benefits to this. Maybe I don't hate it. Maybe it's not. It's going to move from the political sphere into reality for a lot of people. So the White House is really hoping that changes the game in terms of approval rating.
Do you think the president is maybe doing a little more than hoping? After all, we saw him in Maryland yesterday talking about healthcare reform. Do you expect we'll see him speaking more publicly as we get closer and closer to
Where'd you go, Roxanne?
I do. He spoke yesterday.
There's Lucy.
Earlier in the week at the Clean Global Initiative.
Are you still wanting to play, Lucy?
Punches when he talked about the opposition to the healthcare law in a way that we haven't seen him do much of. He was very aggressive in attacking the opposition and spreading misinformation, calling it dangerous and even crazy at some points. I think this is the beginning of him really coming out and being the front man for the healthcare
Lucy's
law.
waiting on you. Get out of my trash can.
Administration officials will fan out.
Get out.
And really sell the law to the people when it's time for them to sign up.
And as we all know, we've got this looming budget issue coming in. The House Republicans have tied their funding of the government to defunding Obamacare. And their argument is it's bad for the country that, yeah, maybe there needs to be health care reform, but this ain't
I just moved that so you'd stay out of it and get out of there.
Just let things unfold.
No.
And if Obamacare is so bad for the country, why not let the people figure it out? Why do you think the Republicans are bent on stopping it before it starts?
for that. One of them is political, in that this has just been good politics for them from the beginning. And so
There.
fighting
I can't get it, I hope.
which is something the American people, as you showed in your poll, really actually support. Not necessarily funding, but
What are you going to get into?
so
Out.
they're on the side of the American people
Out.
and they fight to defund or dismantle
Out.
or delay the Affordable
Attack.
Care Act.
What you trying to bite me?
Is, like you said, Democrats say, look, if they're so convinced it's going to fail, why not just let it collapse under its own weight? And then what do they have to lose? They'll show it for what it is. So Democrats say maybe they're really afraid that it's going to work, and if they don't stop it now, then people won't want to give it up later.
We're dealing with this possibility of a government shutdown. If that does occur, will the Affordable Act, or at least parts of it, still go forward?
Yeah, that's the understanding, is that this shutdown would do very little to impact the main components of the health law. There's some discrepancy about whether pieces of it might be slowed down or hampered a little bit, but in general, the law is going to go forward one way or another. The money is there, it's been appropriated, and the systems to make it work are all mostly in place, give or take some glitches potentially. But this shutdown would not stop the law.
All right, Kyle Cheney, thanks for giving us a little bit of clarity. Healthcare reporter for Politico. I know you're going to be busy over the next few days. Thank you.
We will. Thank you very much.
Well, up next, divers make a grim discovery while searching a capsized cruise ship. Plus, another major sinkhole opens up, this one underwater. What a company was doing that caused it, and why this sinkhole is more dangerous than others.
So innocent. Yes, you are so innocent. Yes, Roxy. Oh, yes. Sit now. I'm going to take both of your pictures. Quit biting. Lucy, quit biting. Quit. Don't lick my phone. No gookie.
15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Everybody knows that. Well, did you know that when a tree falls
She biting again, is she?
around, it does make a sound?
Oh boy! I'm falling! Everybody look out! No help here? Geico. 15 minutes could save you. Well, you know. Anybody? Fed up with fish oil aftertaste? Ditch the fish. Try Mega Red Omega-3 krill oil. Heart healthy omega-3s without the fishy taste in one small pill. Now get a free sample at ditchthefish.com and see the difference for yourself. I've been out of the dating scene for a long time.
Because I was thinking that I would never be able to find somebody else and I'd never have that special feeling again. And it can happen.
You are never too old. And no matter what age you are, we can still feel excitement and love.
There really are people out there that you can have this electricity with.
Dating has actually been fun again.
Roxanne.com. Visit today and get started for free.
Controls like this is a daily reality. Afghans out front, backed up by American soldiers.
A world of original reporting. Every weeknight on the CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley. The CBS Evening News with Scott Pelley. Weeknights.
The divers have recovered what they believe are the remains of two missing bodies from the Costa Concordia. The cruise ship capsized last year off the Italian island of Giglio. Alfonso Van Marsh has more.
Italian divers may have found the two missing passengers from the Costa Concordia cruise ship disaster. Authorities say DNA testing will confirm whether the bodies are of an Indian man and an Italian woman. Divers say they found the remains near the center of the ship where they were last seen alive. Friends say the woman was celebrating her 50th birthday. The man was a waiter who reportedly gave his life jacket to another passenger. The 4,000-passenger Costa Concordia sank off the Italian island of Giglio in January 2012. 32 people died, including 2 Americans. For 20 months, the ship was stuck on its side. Last week, an international team successfully turned the 114,000-ton ship upright in the largest salvage operation ever. Experts plan to go inside the Concordia to bring out some of the ship's computers to try to determine why backup generators failed after the crash. Alfonso Van Marsh, CBS News.
Costa Concordia's owners say the ship is scheduled to be floated away to a scrapyard early next year. The captain is still on trial for manslaughter and insists he is not the only one responsible. Well, a Boston man who fell onto the subway tracks has several strangers to thank for saving his life. Surveillance video shows him walking right off the edge of the platform. Several people waiting at the station jumped down on the tracks to rescue him. Police say the 33-year-old man told them that he had 2 drinks and was waiting for the train to go home and doesn't remember anything else after that. Well, imagine a sinkhole about the size of 20 football fields. That's what swallowed up trees and forced people to leave their homes on the bayou in Louisiana. As Adriana Diaz found out, an underground mining operation may be the cause.
It looks like something out of a science fiction movie. In Bayou Court, Louisiana, a sinkhole below the swamp is swallowing trees whole and threatening 150 homes. That's why on nearby Crawford Stew Street, Janet and Daryl Merritt are packing the last of their things from the home where they had planned to live out the rest of their lives.
It's painful, physically, mentally, emotionally.
The swamp went from this to this, a sinkhole the size of 20 football fields. Bayou Court sits on a salt dome, a layer of salt deep underground. That's where the company Texas Brine built a cavern to mine salt to sell to chemical companies. Part of the cavern wall collapsed, taking the ground above with it. The pressure from below is now sending dangerous natural gas bubbling into the air. Texas Brine is installing wells to vacuum out the natural gas, but that could take years. Bruce Martin is VP of Operations at Texas Brine.
A lot of residents, though, here say they moved to Bayou Court to live out the rest of their lives, and now they have to flee. What do you say to those people?
Well, I definitely share their pain and feel their pain. We were as surprised as anyone that it occurred.
Texas Brine gives residents $875 a week for evacuation costs. Some think that's not enough and have filed a class action lawsuit.
I doubt I can get this down.
The Merritts took a buyout.
Just came right off.
And are moving to Baton Rouge.
Looks like I'm just be in Baton Rouge until my time runs out on this earth, you know.
The natural setting that drew residents to Bayou Court is now driving them away. Adriana Diaz, CBS News, Bayou Court, Louisiana.
The class action suit against Texas Brine will start next April. This is Up to the Minute.
Champion Windows Open House and Warehouse Clearance Event this Saturday and Sunday at 2012 Springboro West. Prices on stock windows and doors, patio furniture and hot tubs. Huge savings around the world. The Champion Windows Open House and Warehouse Clearance Event this weekend.
For a healthy night's sleep, you have to breathe, and so does your mattress. That's why Sealy's Embody mattress uses progressive latex foam that's 5 times more breathable than other foam mattresses, and proprietary fabrics for cooler, more comfortable sleep with no CFCs, so they're better for the environment too. Discover the area's best selection of Embody by Sealy mattresses at the Better Sleep Shops in Ashley Furniture Home Store and Morris Home Furnishings.
It's about more than just weather. It's the day you've been waiting for. Protecting the ones you love. Is it any wonder we put so much care into doing it right? The most reporters.
The rain has been pouring down.
The best meteorologists. And the philosophy to cover weather like life depends on it. Because it does. News Center 7. It's weather coverage you can count on. from everyone in the News Center 7. It's coverage you can count on.
Champion Windows Open House and Warehouse Clearance Event this Saturday and Sunday at 2012 Springboro West. Low prices on stock windows and doors, patio furniture and hot tubs. Huge savings on our new order. The Champion Windows Open House and Warehouse Clearance Event this weekend.
Former President Bill Clinton had a weakness for feasting on fast food. Who could forget those scenes of the 42nd president jogging and then dashing over to McDonald's for a quick bite? It quickly became a recipe for ridicule and a comedy skit that appeared on Saturday Night Live. Well, fast forward to 2013 and President Clinton is now
Time to quit.